Good morning, beloveds. I have a little extra challenge this morning, as you can see. Sugar's being super clingy. And nothing about this morning has gone the way Monday mornings normally do. For me, I had a pretty awful nightmare Saturday night into Sunday morning. And so it was hard for me to go to sleep last night, because it was just like, I didn't want to have another nightmare like that. And so when my alarm went off, my alarm went off at 6:30 and I woke up at 7. I was like, so I got up and I looked at the weather app on my phone, and I looked outside and I was like, it's cold, it's wet, I'm going back to bed. So, and now I'm up and moving, and I've fed the cats and done all that. And yeah, she's just decided to be super clingy. So I am now about to attempt to read around her. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. And I've lost my bookmark, which is fine, because the days are numbered, and I'm at the end of the book, so it's not like I'm in the middle of the book. Alright. According to my watch, it is December 20th. Our title is Demonstrations Follow My Word. Our quote is, "Where can I find a man who has forgotten words so I can have a word with him?" And that is Chuang Tzu 26. "There is nothing to obstruct the spiritual word that I speak. All the power of God is for me, and all the power of God is working through me. As I make these statements of truth, the truth happens in my world. I speak the truth, and the truth sets me free. This word is not dependent upon my will, for it is the action of God taking place through me. I now declare my own spiritual perfection as a child of omnipotence. I speak the truth, and the truth happens to me. Health appears in my body, for I know God as health in my mind. Strength flows through me, and vitality is instantly available. I am free in body to do all those things which need to be done. I am health. My prosperity is definite, for God thinks his prosperous thoughts through me. I now demonstrate permanent abundance. I live with wisdom, but I live with ease. All the substance of mind is in action as my immediate and permanent prosperity. I use money as I see it. I use money, for I see it as my immediate and permanent prosperity. This is not easy. Let me try that line again. I use money, for I see it as my immediate... Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Okay. There are two lines that start out, I use money. Okay. I use money, for I see it as my immediate and permanent prosperity. I use money, for I see it as God's main means of maintaining me in freedom. This flow of good is right where I am and is happening at this moment. I declare my freedom in finance. God is my supply right now. What I need, the one mind provides this day. All life is backing me up as I make this statement. Even my own subconscious fears cannot prevent this demonstration. My word is a law unto which I speak. My word is a law unto that which I speak it. It is God declaring itself by means of me. I accept demonstrations as normal. God has offered itself to me, and I let its mind do what it desires. The infinite loves me. The infinite appreciates me. The infinite wants me to be at peace. This I now accept as my demonstration. My destiny has been given into my hands by Spirit. I select my world as carefully as I would select a gift. I choose what I want and declare it. I let the law of mind bring forth my decisions. Unlimited save by my own wrong beliefs, I stand in a process divine which works for me as I direct it. Demonstrations follow demonstrations hourly. Good appears on every hand. Love offers itself to me, and God gives me what I want. Can we discuss this? It's cold, and she didn't like it. All right. Could maybe we come down here? I may be able to demonstrate lots of things, but cooperation and cat's not one of them. But what she is demonstrating is warm. I want warm. Let me cling to the body heat of the human. All right. Oh, okay. There's a lot in this one. There's a lot in this one. And kind of one of the last lines. Unlimited save for my own wrong beliefs. I stand in a process divine which works for me as I direct it. So we're working with a law that always says yes. We are working with a law that is expecting direction from us. The law is like, what do you want? So we are responsible for directing it. Now, we are not responsible for the how. That is definitely not we need to get out of the way of the how. Because Spirit has an infinite variety of ways of bringing to us what we want. But what we've got to do is not limit Spirit by saying it has to come in this way. The other thing is he said, the only thing that limits us is our wrong belief. And one of our wrong beliefs is that we get to say how. And sometimes because we settle for less. Sometimes what we want to do is to say this or more, this or better, this or greater. Or sometimes we just don't know what we want, but we know what we don't want. And so, it's like, all right, well, but you don't want to go into treatment going, well, I don't want this. That's where you want to look at what you don't want and say, well, what's the opposite of that? And then if the opposite of what you want is that, then great. And if the opposite of that is not what you want, then maybe that's where you want to do a little bit of work. You can do it by journaling or talking to a practitioner or a minister or what have you, and allowing them to help you sort out what it is that you actually want. Because it happens. Sometimes we're just stuck in a situation that we can't see out of it. And so that's where the benefit of another's vision, who they're not going to have a vision for you, but what they can do is they can ask you a bunch of questions and then you can go, oh, okay, no, I get it. So that's the value and benefit of practitioners. They don't have your answers. You have your answers. But what they have is questions that will help you get to your answers. So, the other thing about demonstrations is, we might start to think about demonstrations like miracles, and they are and they aren't, because I think we get too big of a definition on miracles. I think we get too big. Honestly, breathing is a miracle. Your heart beating is a miracle. And so I think if we would open up our definition of miracle and open up our definition of demonstration, we'd see that we're actually having a lot more demonstrations in our everyday world than we think we are. And I do remember a line in there about choosing our world. And we absolutely have the power to do that, because we can choose yes, we are human, and yes, we are in material bodies, and yes, we are in relationship, but we have the choice of choosing what we think, We have the power to choose who we spend, some of our time with. We do have, some degree of control over the type of work that we do, which then again allows us a little control over, the people in our lives. So, choose your world carefully. A couple of days ago, I was reminding you to choose your attitude carefully. Choose your first response carefully. You're just going to sit here the whole time, aren't you? She's purring. I wish you could hear just the very gentle purr that she's got going on. So, sometimes the only choice you have is how you feel about it. But that's a good place to start. And once you know that you are at choice, then you start making choices. Because when you don't make a choice, you're still making a choice. All right. So, demonstrations follow my word. Honestly, I don't know what to do with the quote. Where can I find a man who has forgotten words so that I can have a word with him? I don't know. Feel free to look him up. It is Chuang, and then the second part of the name is Tzu, and it's 26. I got nothing. There is nothing to obstruct the spiritual word that I speak. That is a statement. There is nothing. There is nothing that can obstruct the spiritual word that you speak. Now, you can get in your way, but what you are doing is stating that there is nothing. You are letting any barrier that you may have created go. All the power of God is for me. All the power of God is for you. And all the power of God is working through you. So it's working through us. As I make these statements of truth, the truth happens in my world. All right? State your truth with conviction. I speak the truth, and the truth sets me free. This word is not dependent upon my will, for it is the action of God taking place through me. All right. So when we talk about willpower, we're not using our own. When we are in treatment, the willpower that we are using is God's. And God is acting through you. God is acting through you. I now declare my own spiritual perfection as a child of omnipotence. It's like I am a child of the only power there is. You are a child of the only power there is. And that you have access to that power. That power is flowing through you. That power is working through you. And more importantly, that power is working through you for you. I speak the truth, and the truth happens to me. Health appears in my body, for I know God as the health of my mind. All right? You want health in the body? Then know whose child you are. Know that you are a child of God, and that all of the health of God is available to you. All right? Strength flows through me, and vitality is instantly available. Okay, again, it goes back to knowing whose child you are. I am free in body to do all those things which need to be done. I am health. Okay, now, I'm going to go back to that line. I am free in body to do all those things which need to be done. I am free in body to do all those things which need to be done by me. It doesn't mean that there are all these things that need to be done. I am not called to lift 100-pound weights. That's not the body I have. It's not a calling of me. Now, should there ever be a time that I need to, I am quite sure that the adrenaline will kick in and I will be able to do it. But on a day-to-day basis, I am not. That's what this body is not designed to do that. So, when you hear a line like that, I am free in body to do all those things which need to be done, you are allowed to ask the question, what is mine to do? All right? Because all bodies are different. My prosperity is definite, for God thinks God's prosperous thoughts through me. Are you open to and willing to think God's prosperous thoughts? And God's prosperous thoughts are more than money. So keep that in mind. I now demonstrate permanent abundance. because abundance is, again, more than money. It is about the richness of your life, the depth of your relationships, and the willingness to see what's going on around you. I live with wisdom, but I live with ease. All right? And if we live with wisdom, we will live with ease because we will make good choices. All the substance of mind is in action in my immediate and permanent prosperity. Now, Ernest, because one of the things when we talk about prosperity, we want to make it clear prosperity is more than money. But we also want to remind you that money is a part of it. Money is not bad, all right? Money is absolutely useful. Just remember that money is also energy. So, and it changes form. So that's why he has the 2 lines in here, which I couldn't get right the first time. I use money for I see it as my immediate and permanent prosperity. I use money for I see it as God's means of maintaining me in freedom. It's a system that was created to get stuff done. Don't get trapped in the system, but use it wisely. Hey, Ernest doesn't think money's bad. This flow of good is right where I am and is happening at this moment. I declare my freedom in finance. And then that next line, God is my supply right now. All right? All the money in the world will not make you happy. But remembering who the author of your supply is can. All right? So that's one of the big things we want to remember. God is our supply right now. In the end, it all comes back to spirit. It all comes from spirit. It just comes in all kinds of interesting packages. When I need, the one mind provides this day. All life is backing me up as I make this statement. Even my own subconscious fears cannot prevent this demonstration. So to a degree, we can get in our own way, and to a degree, we can't. Demonstrations are going to happen, even when we have little fears in our subconscious. Yes, we want to work on them, but they're not really going to stop us. And now the conscious ones, yeah, those we got to work on. But the subconscious ones, keep treating. My word is a law unto that which I speak. It is God declaring God's self by means of me. I accept demonstration as normal. God has offered God's self to me, and I let God's mind do what it desires. That's a statement and a half. It's like, I hear the still small voice. I recognize that it is God speaking to me through the infinite variety of ways that God has of doing it. The infinite loves me. Yeah, read that line again. The infinite loves you. The infinite appreciates you. The infinite wants you to be at peace. This I now accept as my demonstration. My destiny has been given into my hands by Spirit, and I select my world as carefully as I would select a gift. Let me read that line again. My destiny, our destiny, your destiny has been given unto your hands by the Spirit. Select your world as carefully as you would select a gift for the most important person in your world. I choose what I want and declare it. All right? Choose what you want and declare it. Let the law of mind bring forth your decision. Unlimited, save by our own wrong beliefs, we stand in a process divine which works for us as we direct it. Demonstrations follow demonstrations hourly. And that's what I mean about unlimiting your definition of miracle. Every little thing around us is a miracle. Because either it's all a miracle or none of it is. So the demonstrations are happening all around you all the time. Maybe we just want to wake up and pay a little bit more attention. Good appears on every hand. Love offers itself to us, and God gives us what we want. So, I'm going to go back to that line for the mission today. About our destiny being given into our hands. All right? So the mission today is to select our world as carefully as we would select a gift. Because the world we live in is a gift. It is an absolute gift. It is a gift from Spirit. It is a gift from God. It is a gift from ourselves. And we have the power to choose that world, that gift every day, every moment. Because we can change our world in a moment. So that is your mission today. That's the mission. I also encourage you, as I always do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever it looks like. Today, for me, mine was to look at the weather, decide I wasn't going to get out and get cold and wet, and so I went back to bed. All right? It's as simple as that. All right? Every day, I want you to create that habit. I want you to create that first response of loving, kind, compassionate response. So that when things go sideways, or just because we're in the midst of the holiday season and everybody needs a little kindness, a little more kindness, a little more compassion, a little more love during the holidays, because the holidays can be difficult, especially if you've been through a recent loss. The holidays are a little extra. And so this habit, this spiritual practice, and it absolutely is a spiritual practice to do something loving, do something kind, do something compassionate. It absolutely is a spiritual practice to do that. So please practice that every day. That's why I say it every day. Because it takes 21 days to create a habit. That's it. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day. I usually encourage you to engage your mind and your body. I didn't do it this morning. Maybe I'll take a short walk tonight to see the Christmas lights, because they're getting pretty good around the house, or around the neighborhood. And maybe it'll be a little warmer and not so wet. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Get some bright light. I can't say sun because we don't have any. It's wet. And I did say drink plenty of water. I'm a big believer in hydration. But whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you. It is about choosing your world, and you can choose to live in heaven. All right? So allow that breath of heaven to remind you. It's all around you. Look for the good. It is all around you. And praise it. All right, beloveds. The book study ends tonight. The Monday night book study ends tonight, and then we'll pick back up in January. So there's that. Email info@creativelife.org, because we've got a Christmas Eve service coming. It is virtual. We're not doing that one in person. And there's a New Year's Eve service as well. Reverend Dever is going to do that. Again, that will also be, again, virtual. Just some extra precautions. We want to keep everybody safe. And you can participate even when you're traveling. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Have, in this case, a warm day. A dry day. A carefree day. An unlimited day. An enchanting day. A purring day. A snuggly day. kind day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. All right, beloveds, I'll get on with this. Catch us on the social medias. You know where we are. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, and I'm the running Rev Ryan. And the Sunday service is up. If you didn't see it, it's a good one. We learned a little Greek, so check it out. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Know that you're loved. I'll see you next time.